GM, everyone. Welcome back to another GC Crypto episode. I do apologize. I'm very much under the weather. That's why we couldn't go live yesterday. But obviously, we had to go to live today because we have a very welcome guest in Betty. Obviously, GM2 Betty. I know you're a fellow Aussie as well. So it's nice to actually have someone on the same time zone as us, Craig.
Authentic GM for once, right?
I know, like you can say it actually at GM, like it's wild.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. And Craig, mate, how are you going? How's your weekend? Everything like that?
Yeah, g'day everyone. GM, a sincere GM, an actual real one. To Betty, thanks for coming on. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hello, America. GE to you. Man, I'm good. I guess I'm better than you, Granny. Yeah, I'm better than you. Actually funny, it's that time of year, isn't it? Sort of June, July here. I always get sick. So I got a bit of a cough. I haven't got ear infections and shit, dude. So I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks, bro.
But I'm happy to be here, so I can't really complain, dude. The market's pumping, even NFT. God, even ordinals are going up in price, man. So if ordinals are going up, then, or even runes are, some of them. So
Shade.
I love it. I mean, we got so much to touch on because obviously Betty literally comes from that NFT space. So it's fantastic timing when you think about what the market's doing at the moment. But we always like to stream it back first, Betty. So talk to us about how you actually got started in crypto, when that actually was, what did you buy first, all those sorts of things.
Okay, so I think my crypto journey is very similar to everyone else, where I joined in 2017 and bought some Ripple and then forgot about it for many years. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Come back, didn't touch it, nothing. Always looking at it though, like with interest and I guess curiosity. But then it was the pandemic that really got us like headfirst full in and never emerged ever again. And it was basically in 2021, at the start of 2021, we were all in lockdown and we'd lost like all our income, everything from work. We ran like full stack creative production agencies and development agencies, and all of our development was surrounded it's surrounded like IRL activations on a big scale, as well as large data sets and things like that. And basically everything just fell away because, you know, we didn't have the Olympics anymore. We didn't have like the golf masters. Like it was all just like gone. Yeah. So it was a panic because our whole pipeline just got gutted right away. And, you know, we're self-employed. We've got kids. We're in lockdown. Don't know what to do. But Psych, who is my co-founder on Deadfellaz and also my husband, has been a digital artist for many, many years, and an art collective that he's been part of for a long, long, long time, run by a fantastic digital artist called Justin Malice, shout out to you, called Depthcore. The artists in there, they were like, you should check out NFTs and, you know, it's really cool and see what's going on. And at the time it was going wild. And so we did. And then me not being the one that's creating the art, I was more fascinated with the tech and the community behind it and the way it could like redefine the relationship between brand and consumer and all of that sort of thing. So I dove into that part and I just like stalked Twitter for a really long time. I was sat on Clubhouse, you know, listening to it in the background all day. And it went from there really. And then Deadfellaz was like just a worm in my head. It just straight in. And it was a fully formed idea and I had to see it be created. I knew it was going to work. I knew people would love it because I really wanted it as well. So sat down with Psych and we created it together and there you go. The rest is history. Now here we are.
It's so epic. I'm like looking at timing because like a lot of NFT projects really came out in 2022, like after sort of that initial big pump at the end of 2021, and pretty much into full blown ETH season. Like like as we were just talking about before we jumped on the show, like just absolutely wildness. Like you can't even comprehend if you weren't there, you just can't comprehend what NFT season was like in that 21 to 22 period. And you both were there, so it's like you guys understand. But
you're not there.
No, I was there. Hey,
you said you were not there. I was like, oh.
No, I was certainly there. I just didn't have the money. Like I remember I'd only just started work for like a year or so, and I was a teacher, so like nothing too outrageous. And I had run up a bit of money, but then NFTs were just that next premium because ETH had pumped so much. And I was like, dude, like I don't even have 5 ETH to try and like get into an Azuki or try and mint and move then, or to even try and catch a mutant at 3 ETH. So I watched it a lot from the sidelines and then chased all the bloody derivatives and then a lot of money, got scammed and all that sort of shit. So a lot of people in the same boat as me, but it's good to see that you guys launched. I'm looking at the timeline of when it actually launched for Deadfellaz, and it was August.
Yeah.
Very early. I like that.
Yeah, so it was Friday the 13th of August.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it was, we basically, they were almost not ready, and I was like, listen, we have to launch on Friday the 13th. Like that is what is going to happen. And we really rallied, and it launched. What was really funny was back then, I saw someone, who did I see on the timeline today speak about the sense of urgency? Maybe it was Dee's. Someone's speaking about the sense of urgency that they haven't felt in a long time that's come back today. And that urgency was so real. I've also seen JN Silver talking about mental health. So look after your mental health, guys, whilst things start to the Discord was just like crazy. And before a mint, everyone would panic and get ready. And because there were huge gas wars, which would price everyone out completely, which was honestly kind of thrilling sometimes, but also awful.
It was thrilling. I remember it was so good.
We wanted to create that. Like, so we were the first ones ever to do an allow list of sorts, which was extremely caveman-like in terms of looking at allow lists now, because it was literally just like a Google sheet, and people were you were allowed to get between 1 and 5. And you just filled out like an order form, like I'm going to get 3. And you sent us ETH, and then we would send you the token when we minted. And it was just like a trust exercise.
That's nuts, when you think about it.
I know. But we paid for the gas for so many. So we didn't actually make a crazy amount on mint. Everyone talks about, the amount that you made. We really didn't compared to the mints that came after that. And I think we minted for 0.025. And it was just a really fun time. There was panic on the day because Art Blocks was supposed to do a big mint that day, like around the same time. So everyone was panicking about gas, and it was crazy. But then they had a bug in their contract that stopped that. So, yeah.
Very cool. So where did this idea come from Deadfellaz? Like, honestly, I would rank this in some, like probably top 5, top 10 art, literally so recognizable in crypto. Like it's very iconic. Where did that really come from?
It came from an amalgamation of everything that we love personally and wanted to see. So I was seeing all these communities form around art and identity, and I thought, well, that's really cool. But I didn't see anything that represented me or that I would want to represent myself online as a legacy, you know. So I was like, well, we'll just create it for ourselves. I think everybody in the history of time kind of has gravitated towards the sort of spooky, a little bit creepy since forever, you know, like Grimm's fairy tales and God knows what else back in the day to now. And I've always loved it since I was a little kid. And so it's like, and then so we just combined our love of like the horror genre and especially zombie movies. Like that's a real staple, isn't it? It hadn't been done in NFTs, and combined it with everything that we love from gaming, pop culture. Like you'll see in the traits little breadcrumbs and hints of things. One of my favorite things is that one of the traits is after Bill Murray, and he actually bought a Deadfellaz that was for him. Yeah.
Oh, that's epic. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Oh, Murray's a legend, man.
Yeah, he's so massive. Any other celebrities? Any other celebrities buy?
So many celebrities bought Deadfellaz, and we didn't buy a single one for them or reach out to them, or it was all. I think that's a big differentiator from the other projects. I think a lot of people had influencers seeding NFTs to celebrities. We didn't have any of that. It was if you wanted to buy it, you could buy it. So Elijah Wood changed his profile picture.
No way, hectic.
He almost looks like one of them, doesn't he?
Yes,
he's so little.
Mercilessly. The Lord of the Rings memes were so hectic.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't be cool, guys, but you know.
Be nice to the dude, eh?
We had Paris Hilton, Reese Witherspoon, OBJ, so many people. Yeah, it was.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and they still have them. So there you go.
That's epic. Craig?
Yeah, Betty, I wanted to ask, what was when you got into what did you say, Ripple first, XRP? Was that your first crypto buy?
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. What was your first NFT? But did you buy NFTs before you launched your project?
No, because I had no money.
So okay, yeah.
I was like you. I watched everything mint and launch, and I was like, oh, I was early to everything, but just didn't have the.
Even Bored Apes at 0.7 ETH. I remember looking at them, grabbing them on secondary.
I had like all these pink ones. I wasn't a massive fan of Bored Apes when they launched because I was like, I don't see why I would want to use that. But then
I know what you mean. And then when price went up, I felt I could go with the art then.
But shout out to the team because they're awesome. I love that ecosystem. Now we've gotten a lot closer to them. But no, it wasn't for me. But I had all these ones that I wanted, But when we minted and we launched, my first NFT ever was an NFT by Gongyang, the Ghosts project. Do you remember that?
I think so. Just
it's iconic. It's iconic and it's OG, and I can't. I don't know how to share anything on here, but right now.
Yeah, let's bring it up. Who
made it? Hit the share screen button.
HXSTS. So ghosts, but with an X instead of an O. That whole ecosystem is incredible, and that art is wonderful. And it was something that I really, really, really wanted. So I got one.
I remember these. I remember these pumping. These were cool I remember these on the timeline.
Yeah, and the team is great. I just loved it. So that was the first one, and we had a collaboration with them shortly after we launched. So after we launched, we did the Infected collection, the first one ever, which every year we do an Infected collection, which is a collaboration with artists in the space, and they kind of share their take on our IP and we do theirs. And they were part of the first one, which was cool. So yeah, that's history. That was my first NFT.
Yeah, that's so good. Hey, shout out to Crypto Nova, who's in the chat. He's OG Crypto Punk.
Hello. We met once in Miami at a party that Trippy did.
I was going to say he was full NFTs, wasn't he, back then? I haven't seen him on the timeline much, but I was going to say I'm sure you guys must have met old Novo.
You know what? Like, shout out to Nova as well. He actually nearly brought Craig and I together, I'm going to say loosely, because Craig, you were jumping on his show.
Yeah, I was on his show.
And then I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I want to do that. And so like I reached out to you both, and he's like, yeah, dude, jump on. And then pretty much like from there, like that's really where I suppose we kind of like hit it off on camera. And then we're like, you know what? Like we could probably do this a little bit more full time. So that big shout out to Novo. Legend, absolute legend.
And I like how I think didn't his punk get stolen?
And everyone bought
to get it back.
Oh, no way.
I've still got 3 of the NFTs. So they did an NFT sale to raise funds to get it back. So I've still got 3 of them in my wallet because everyone was like, punks always support punks. The prices are going to pump. So I minted heaps, obviously to help him, but to help myself, and it didn't pan out as well. But he got his punk back, which was fucking cool.
Yeah, we love to see that. That was really nice to see. I liked that.
All right, let's pivot to the challenge of being an NFT founder. Obviously, we've started to see a bit of a silly season come back, so that's fantastic for everyone involved. But what sort of challenges have you faced over sort of the past, well, let's say like through the bear market from 22 all the way maybe through to 2024, even more present into 2025, I suppose? Like what challenges and where have you really taken Deadfellaz and what are you building and all those sorts of things?
Okay, that's so many questions.
I know. Sorry.
That's all right. You've given us like a structure there, and that's nice. No, the challenges are so many. Ones that you wouldn't expect, and ones that I think people don't speak about too much because it's not like glamorous or sexy. But I think structural challenges have been one of the biggest things. Trying to build a legitimate company in an environment that is very hostile to these, to everything that we do, basically. If you mention NFTs or crypto in any bank or anything, it's just red flags across the board. And that's really hard to navigate and deal with. So we've spent a long time navigating that and figuring that out, which has been really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, that has been the reason why so many of the brands that you see have had to just leave, because it's like every aspect of that is against you. Like you're trying to go against the current there, and to survive it is fucking difficult if you don't have massive institutional support, which we don't.
No.
A lot of these brands raised like close to 100 million. We didn't raise anywhere near that. And the tiny amount that we did, it was like, inconsequential to the challenges that are actually there for NFT founders. So if you've survived this and you've structured things out and to flourish from this point on, like, props, because oh my God, I know the struggle. Aside from that, we had the biggest thing that is honestly the heartbreak of my life, and I've spoken about this before, is we had a movie deal with Fox, and it was in production and amazing, and then Hollywood shit itself, basically. And
the writers' strikes?
With
the strikes, the writers?
It spanned across animation and everything, and it put everything on hold for a really long time. And then studios were like, you know what? We're not going to do new IPs. We're just going to do reruns and things that have already been.
How boring, eh? Reruns.
Well, it is what I mean, yeah, I think so too. But if you look at the stats, like, for things that are released, it just makes sense for studios to do that. So, like, logically, I understand, I get it, but like emotionally, trauma, deep trauma, because to that point as well, like, the environment and everything that we had done kind of came together in this perfect picture, and it was beautiful, and everything was like lining up, and all of the things that were like in production were in support of that, as an offshoot and all of that sort of stuff. And then it just fell away, and we were like, fuck. And then the bear market really hit, and we were like, fuck. Worse and worse, like the perfect storm. But luckily we're founder operators, so we can do everything ourselves. So the restructuring that has to happen to survive things like that can really gut out a team. But for us, we can just do everything ourselves anyway. So it was kind of just like, okay, let's just hunker down, like, pivot, sort ourselves out. So we did that. So in response to that, I mean, we had gaming products that were already in the plan and, like, fleshed out and ready to be developed, and we were just like, right, well, we'll focus on that instead then. So that's what we've been doing, as well as a few other things. But,
cool. No, and I want to take that conversation in that direction. I mean, I run a business, and it's like it's the trading group and the brand of Greenie and stuff, and it's challenge. Like, I know, like, I've spoken to Craig about this for a long time, and he's in the same boat, because his whole business is literally trading and content and whatnot and partnerships, right? And our biggest thing is like, okay, well, how can we best prepare for the bear market? Because you can't, like, sure, it's very frothy now. We're getting good signups. You're trading really well. You're getting a lot of success. But what happens in 18 months' time when there isn't as much success, or in 2 years' time when the market really starts to go quiet again? Like, how can you survive there? Do you have enough runway to really capitalize during that period of time and then come out the other side of it and be successful? So massive shout out to you, and kudos to you, and obviously your partner as well, because, like, at the end of the day, like, a lot of people, as you said, they step away. Like, it would be fascinating to know the stats of NFT collections and companies that didn't come back, or just like a lot of people extracted. But at the end of the day, a lot of people did try to build. I mean, the biggest one that comes to my mind was Pixel Vault. Like, it's absolutely astronomical how that was, like, so big, so many promises, so elaborate, and then literally is technically now what, a rug, you could nearly say. So yeah, massive respect to you, Betty, in my opinion.
I think there was a lot of naivety, to be quite honest, on our part, in terms of the bear market, and, like, looking at how different things could get. Like, that was our first rodeo as well, you know?
Exactly.
Everything that we'd done prior to that was not the same as what we were doing. And there was just, I guess for someone that's been in crypto for many, many years, maybe they would have been able to look at that differently and anticipated something like that happening, but we didn't. And it was difficult to navigate. But like you said, I mean, knowing that things are cyclical now, to the extremes that they are, is nothing but a superpower, to be quite honest with you. So
yeah, it definitely helps. Craig?
I think it was the same for everyone, and I think like even for collectors or holders or traders like myself, the bear market, it was hard, and it was weird, hey? Like that NFT run for a founder must have caught founders off guard so much as well, because obviously you had a lot of founders, I think, coming into a space where no one is really familiar with the space because the space was so new, and then especially then add on NFTs, which was so new. So there was no one really experienced who could be a mentor to anybody, really. Like who would be a mentor? But because everyone,
exactly. I feel like the people coming in now are, you've got such a great collection of people with a lot of experience to look to. However, I do want to put that with a warning, because I've seen people come out of the woodwork in the last 2 days, make extravagant claims that are completely incorrect. And artists that, just want the best for themselves are going to follow that somewhat blindly, I think, and get wrecked. So please take everything that you see on Twitter with a grain of salt, everyone.
Yeah, probably take some profit, as Greeny as I preach as well, at highs of people if things get frothy. Betty, one of the things I wanted to ask you, because obviously it resonates with Greeny and I think, did you dox yourself in last year?
No, it was 2022.
Was it 22?
Yeah, it was 22.
Was it all the way back then? What prompted you to do that, and how did you find that response? Because obviously we're doxed. What led you to decide to go from a PFP to your actual who you are, who your face is? Well,
so at the time when I launched and when we were, when things were like all kicking off, I had a growing audience like quite fast, and I represented a very small portion of female founders at the time. And the environment was almost, it was a lot more hostile than it is now, if you can believe that, guys. It was crazy. So I didn't want to be public, as like visually. Obviously I am with my name and everything, but like visually, because I just wanted my work to be received first, and to like that to be the thing that led everything, which it did. But then it became quite apparent as, we had like IRL events and conferences and all of that sort of thing, that it was quite important to be visible and to kind of actively like take up space as myself, and meet people and kind of really just be out there. And so I had planned on doxing myself at our first big event, which was NFT NYC. It was the Dead Zone party in Brooklyn, which was iconic and remains the best event ever in crypto. Let me tell you guys, anyone that went will tell you the same thing. So there you go. It was fantastic. It was amazing. I wanted to dox myself there, but I had been invited to go speak at the first VCon, which at the time was a really big deal. Like everyone was going crazy for it. If I had said no to that, my community would have been quite disappointed with me. So I needed to be there, but the team wouldn't facilitate me to speak anonymously, which is a real shame, because in subsequent VCons, they did support that for people. So I was my hand was a bit forced, which I was really pissed off about at the time. And my team was as well. But then, I just thought I'll just make it a moment for us. So we had a really cool merch activation that was really iconic. If you see photos and videos of that as well, I should share that again for people to see, because it was epic. But it was a really fun time, and I don't regret it at all. And in terms of being doxxed, I do regret that sometimes, because it comes with a lot of risk and drama and God knows what else. But it is what it is. This is the reality now, and here I am. So yeah,
I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great. You're doxxed. I think it's great. I think it adds a layer of trust.
Yeah.
Well, organically, just seeing someone's face, looking into someone's eyes, I think is important for someone like me. I like to. It's not the most important. Oh, it's one actually for trust. It's probably one of the most important. So I think it's great you did it.
I don't know though. I'll argue with that, because I think that that's a psychological thing that's personal to us. But at the same time, some of the biggest ruggers in this space have been completely doxxed.
Fair play. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a fascinating conversation, isn't it? The doxed and undoxed sort of people in crypto and crypto Twitter, I suppose you could say as well. So
I guess one of the benefits of them being doxed, though, if they rug, is well, not one of the benefits, but well, for the people who got rugged, you might be able to track them down, I suppose. But so it's probably not the best way to go. That's a stupid rug, right? Put your face on and then rug. Fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, they do it.
And that's why you see these kidnappings in Mexico and shit, where people go missing.
Grant, man, as well.
We're going to see a bit of that in the bull run, I reckon. People are going to do stupid shit.
They've been doing it for years, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, which is one of the concerns you mentioned with doxing, is that sort of stupid stuff. Like you see people now when they were going to, what was that thing? Was it in Paris or whatever? And people were hiring bodyguards and stuff.
So I'll be completely honest and open with you and say that I have had security with me.
I don't blame you.
Since I was doxed. So, and if there isn't security at an event, like I'll do recon on the event. If there isn't security at the event, I'll just have to bring my own. And that's the reality of it. And, you know, people can say that that's overkill or not, but they're not in the position.
And if you've got a family,
a mum of, you know, 3 small children at the end of the day, there's people on here, I would say to like the younger people on here, they're on there like flexing ridiculously. And then, you know, you'll go to crypto conferences and post your fucking hotel and
that's dumb.
All of it. It's just so risky. Like, just don't do that. It's not worth it at all. You can't wind it back. You're just putting yourself at risk. There is no benefit aside from flexing online. So just don't do that, guys.
Yeah, I totally agree. Greenie?
Yeah, very sound advice. I very much agree. And that's something like as you do grow a bigger name in this space, it's something to be aware of for sure. And you're not the first person I've spoken to about that specifically as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely something to consider. So what comes now for Deadfellaz? What have you guys been building? What's execution like? What's on the timeline in the next 6, 12, 3 years? All those sorts of things.
So much. Oh my God. So I'm going to run down my mental list. I love a list. So we have recently brought all of our production completely in-house, which is fun and great. So we have DFC Studio, which Spike actually put out a tweet, which you should have a look at, which is kind of interesting. He had this idea where he's like, there's not many teams in the space that are able to create large-scale collections that have absolutely no mistakes and smooth launches and all of that sort of stuff, aside from teams like ours that have done it before. And we have the ability to do it again and again and again, which obviously we don't want to for ourselves because we've got our stuff out now. But, we would like to see the quality of what's put out raised. So he has basically said, like, our studio will create a collection for you. This is only for one person, by the way. This is a one-offer thing. For someone that sweeps 50K of Deadfellaz. So that's like the exchange, like a trade. It's an interesting concept. Anyway, so that's been put out. But the studio that we have internally is producing everything that we have, which is nice. We have got, there's the tweet. So we've had a few people reach out. It's interesting, kind of fun. We've got Cold Link, which is, does OBJ still rock Deadfellaz? I see that in the chat. He doesn't have his profile picture, but I think he still owns it. Aside from that, we've got Cold Link, which Cold Link is the world's first completely universal verification tool. So it allows you to connect anything in Web3 to anything else. So it allows you to have your assets and your ownership and your history on chain acknowledged in any environment and rewarded subsequently. So whether that's in Telegram, in a Roblox game, in an iOS app, on Twitter, on any other chain, it's just like complete freedom, basically, which is really cool. So when you look at brands like Azuki, for example, that have a collaboration with Crunchyroll, they could, for example, have like a thing where all of their holders or people that have interacted with their ecosystem can get like special content or some kind of benefit within Crunchyroll without Crunchyroll needing any Web3 tech or anything like that. So it's really interesting. We've got brands, obviously you see Sappy Seals releasing their Roblox gaming ecosystem, which is really exciting. We actually have a horror game ready for Roblox as well, which is really fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this sort of thing is expanding into different ecosystems is why we needed ColdLink, because there wasn't anything that allowed that bridging over without risk to happen. So now you can link your all your stuff to like a Roblox username or something and have rewards for you in game without Roblox needing to change anything about their process, which is, I think, was a big hurdle for a long time. Anyway.
No, that's massive. Is that, Betty, just to cut in there, is
Yeah.
that similar, not to compare products, would that be similar to Warm Wallet with where We Knew made it from 10KT? If they had Warm Wallet where you didn't have to connect your actual wallet with the asset, it was an intermediary, so you weren't signing.
Sort of. Yeah, sort of. So what's happened is everything that was available in terms of being able to delegate ownership or prove ownership did have some kind of risk attached to it. So you are signing permissions at some level, which for people with assets that have been their identity for many years or assets that are worth a lot of money, from an OPSEC perspective, it's not safe.
It's horrendous. I hate doing it.
I personally have used those services just because, and no shade, but on a personal level, I just won't link or connect to anything. I'm not going to do that. And the same issue we found with our testing of our gaming products, even the testers were like, I don't want to link to this, which is, people don't want to delegate, people don't want to link, people don't want to sign permissions to the wallets that have all of their stuff. So, and that makes complete sense. So it was a big hurdle for us. We're like, well, what the fuck are we going to do? Yeah. We had the documentation for ColdLink written a long time ago. It was teased in a roadmap in 2022. And it just got to the point where we really needed it. So it's different from existing solutions because it doesn't rely on you signing any permissions. It basically works with microtransactions and block traces that allow you to basically prove ownership without signing anything. There's no blind signing. There's no interacting with smart contracts. It's very, very secure. The most secure, it's the most affordable, and it's the most universal. So all of the other solutions, they don't have the capability to do this across into Web 2, or we can basically, like, say you go to a concert and you get a ticket from Ticketmaster, you can cold link to your Ticketmaster ticket number. And then on the door, they get just like a CVS file of people that have cold linked, and they can identify VIPs based on on-chain holdings immediately with no risk. So it's just really, really awesome. The cool thing is about it, we've restructured that. We did like a beta launch on it, and we've got quite a few ecosystems either integrating it behind the scenes or have already integrated it. Like a kid called Beast has it for their internal reward system. But we're restructuring things basically in response to what founders and developers have said, so that they can own their own data more and also make money using it. So we'll be communicating that soon, but that's basically ColdLink, which is fun. And then I
love that product, by the way. I think that's so good. That's really important.
Revolutionary, yeah.
I think people, it's people just haven't realized like what
the next thing that's needed.
It fucking changes everything. It pulls down the walls of Web3 completely. It redefines the value of NFTs. So while all of this is kicking off and NFTs are going crazy, what does owning it actually mean? Not much if you can't get benefit from owning it in any environment with no risk. Like,
if you're too scared to connect to things to get rewards, then like me, I've got a big Pudgy. People are throwing things at Pudgies because they want attention, but I'm too scared to connect my wallet with my big Pudgy because I don't want to connect to weird shit to get $200. Whereas if I had something like that and I was safe and I had no risk, I'd be connecting to everything.
Exactly, and that's the whole point. Point. So, yeah. It's awesome. Gonna be great. I think people were a little confused at first, like, what is this NFT founder? Like, these are creatives that have created a tech product, which has been something that the competition, so to speak, has publicly said about us. But at the end of the day, like, we know what we're doing. The tech is solid and sound. It is exactly what we needed as a brand for ourselves and our gaming products, and just so happens to redefine things for other people. So I'm really proud of that, and it's just going to go from strength to strength. Aside from that, we've got our Roblox games. almost ready to go, which are sick.
My son loves Roblox.
I mean, every kid loves Roblox.
This is a spooky one. So
He'll love that. He'll love that. It's such, well done. Roblox is, I mean, I know everyone listening knows this, but if you've got kids, man, that's all you hear about. Like everything.
Millions of daily users, real users. So building in those sorts of ecosystems makes sense to us and obviously to other people, because you've seen Sappy absolutely kill it with that.
All that.
So awesome. Yeah, so that, and then the TCG, obviously, a few things that are secret, and then I don't really want to announce things. But what can I talk about that's not announcing things? So basically, in August, we have our birthday, right? So we'll have a nice big birthday then, and
will there be presents, Betty? There's going to be presents.
There might be.
Sweet. We need to give you some presents. It's your birthday.
Gift giving, definitely. So yeah, there might be. But yeah, we have now got the ability to reset everything and move forward with all of these new products that we've got ready, which is really great. So there's kind of going to be a bit of a not a relaunch, but like I don't really know what to say. What would we say for that? It's not a relaunch, but it's like this is the new version of
maybe expanding somewhat.
Sort of, yeah. We have you've probably seen on the timeline, I've kind of teased these small fellas, like cute versions of Deadfellaz. Yeah, so what we've done is over the years, we've struggled to make short form, like fun, meme-ish animated content with the way that our particular design is, which obviously the art is iconic, but because it's not full body and the ratio of the body to the head, everything was kind of just, it didn't lock into being ideal for that sort of short form, meme-ish, fun, animated, viral content that you see across TikTok and everything. So we have redone everything and redesigned these so that they're like prime for animation and prime for viral social content, basically. So that is, obviously it's worked for other brands. We have a massive pipeline of it ready to go. But we thought, like, it's not fair to redesign our all of our art and then not give it to our community. So we've basically regenning the whole thing. So everyone will have access to that, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's epic. How important is community to you guys?
It's the most important. I feel like we've got the best community in Web3, and I'll stand on that because you could go to our Discord at any time and it's just loveliness. It's like there's no awful animosity. It's like, I don't know, the people that have been in our community since the start or since, early days are genuinely friends, and they kind of have gravitated towards each other in this way where it's like created a beautiful, I don't know, it's like a family in many ways, which is crazy to say about an NFT project, but that's what it is. And I value them so much. They're such good people, and they've come together and made amazing things themselves in their own right. So community is everything. I love them.
Yeah, it's hard to curate that because, I mean, obviously I was in a lot of NFT projects in 21, and a lot of projects had Discords, which is still pretty common practice. Yeah. And man, I felt bad for the founders in a way. The founders that meant well through, say, 22, 23, 24, because the Discords became so toxic.
Oh my God, like, definitely is.
As founders, I felt so bad for you because even as a community member, I was like, holy shit, I need to stop going into this Discord because I'm a holder. I like the project, but going in here makes me want to sell because you've got all these holders that are so mad, especially holders that bought the top, which we all did. And that's not the founder's fault what the project went to price-wise. That was not the founder's fault. That's just where we took it to. Yeah. And seeing people in those chats just going off every day at the founders, I was just like, I
just never got that.
Yeah.
I never got that. Like, that's obviously great. A few people here and there. And honestly, like, FUD is good.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
many
and that's
ways,
probably
like,
good you look
it
at it
is.
like that.
So in two ways, it's good. If you're not doing something impactful that's creating, either meaningful change or meaningful impact, you're not going to get those strong reactions. And if you're getting a strong reaction, that you are going to get the inverse as well. That's how it is. So as much as someone loves you, someone's going to really fucking hate you.
Yes.
And that's
So true, Betty.
you're okay
That's so
with.
true. Yeah.
And the other thing is, it's, FUD is often constructive criticism just kind of dressed incorrectly. Like,
Agreed.
not everyone's strong suit is communication.
No.
And so often people don't really know how to articulate their feelings.
Especially when angry, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, and so it just is what it is. So when I get someone being particularly insane or rude or whatever, I do try and look beyond that a little bit. And you know what? I get so much worse on Twitter from people that don't have anything to do with Deadfellaz and never will.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. Like, I feel like in terms of what I can survive, I've been put through it in different ways, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, people on the timeline are brutal on X, aren't they? Green, you will get the same. And I've noticed the more, I don't want to use the word successful because it sounds kind of arrogant. The more views, the more eyes on you get over time. And what you just said is exactly right. The more people that love you, there's an equilibrium, I think, which is just organic in life. There's always opposites, right? It's just the way it has to be.
Yeah.
And when you've got people that love you on the other side, there's going to be some that hate you. And that's definitely been for myself in this space. A big learning journey is just to accept the fact that people are just not going to like you for whatever reason. It might just be your face. It just pisses them off.
Yeah.
And there's actually nothing you can do. And
you know what? I saw a guy speaking about letting go of not needing to be liked by basically when someone is mean to you or they have a very strong opinion about you, it really is just a reflection on how they feel about themselves. And while that sounds kind of cheesy and corny and whatever, if they don't, especially if they don't know you, they have kind of created a version of you in their own mind. Their mind has created that based on their own experiences and, pulling from their own life and where they're at emotionally and all of that sort of thing. So that is a reflection on them, not you. So if anyone is receiving any sort of online trolling or whatever, it literally means nothing.
It's insecurities in their own life.
It is.
It literally is. So, I mean, as long as you stay loud and proud about being honest and the human that you are, and I know we, all three of us, that's the way that we created our brands and created our projects and everything. So that's it.
Yeah.
Did Clemente have a dead fella? Someone just
did he? I don't know.
Maybe someone's joking around. Someone's joking around.
Likes me. I've got some people that I don't have anything against. I can't think of anyone I have like a war with, but there's a lot of people that really don't like me that have made videos and shit. Like,
really?
yeah. I never watch them, but I'll get tagged in them and people will send me them like, oh, have you seen this? And I see
you never watch them. That's so good.
and I don't even have the sound on because it's whatever. And then
it's so odd.
Like, honestly, if you hate me and you're going to spend time hating me, I'm sorry for you, but it would be nicer just to be friends.
I agree. I think the timeline's a lot nicer if we could just all get on a little bit better. Man. The good news is the timeline at the moment with everything pumping, we're all going to be friends for probably the next 6 months, I reckon, and then we're all going to hate each other in about 18 months.
I don't know, because even then I do feel like when things start getting really abundant, there is a bit of a scarcity mindset that people can operate from, where it's like,
just want to keep it.
If you look at someone else's success, it's like, oh, fuck you, or,
True.
Yeah,
there's that like, too. Jealousy comes in a lot.
We do that at the cost of ourselves because we're a fucking small industry. If someone's being successful, cheer for them because that's creating a positive and fertile environment for you to find success too. So
yeah, you need people to trailblaze like yourself to kind of lay a foundation. And you guys, people that come after you will probably appreciate the battles that you've gone through because there's a path that's been laid and they'll be walking along that path and see all the dead bodies of the different founders that have fallen at different places. But really, to progress, you guys have to do what you're doing.
I'm just not bothered what people think, to be fair. I'm just going to do what I'm doing. I'm very focused on where we're at and what we're doing. Like, we've restructured how we work internally. We've been building consistently since we launched, there isn't one day where we haven't done something for this brand, and I will continue that until I don't even know when. I want to see Deadfellaz where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I know that it's very undervalued. Like, obviously we can't talk about floor price and this and that, although crime season happened, so maybe they don't care whether we pump our own projects anymore.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, like, God. But no, for real though, Deadfellaz is underrated, and we are working really hard, and the quality of things that we're able to produce is very high. And so I can't really say anything else than that, but yeah.
No, I love it. I'm buying one right now.
Thanks,
Don't
mate.
buy that, but don't buy that floor one with the.
No, dude, it's so good. The floor one's dope.
Not with that Adidas tracksuit, man. That one's dope.
No, it's so dope. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, I looked
With
at
the
it like the last
background.
10 minutes, and I was like, no, that one's dope.
Yeah, I just don't have ETH on that wallet. I was like, fuck,
Yeah,
I was
no,
going to buy
I
it before
need
getting
ETH on that wallet.
Yeah, I've been
No,
eyeing it up.
mate. Yeah, it's clean. I was a big fan of that one. So I just bought it.
Same.
I wanted to ask Betty, like a lot of the tech side that people don't really appreciate, because people want people want their bags to go up, right? That's essentially why people generally come to crypto, rather than actually understanding the shit that's being built. What did you do before crypto? What did you do? Like, are you an engineer? Like, talk to us. Were you technical? Something?
I have a really weird background of kind of everything. So I actually did biomed at uni. I was not anywhere near this industry, and yeah, that was my whole thing. I did that because I wanted to take the GAMSAT and then be like a dentist or a doctor or something. Like, that was the path for me. And
being the doctor, how that would
I know, a different thing. Would you trust me to? I don't know.
I reckon you'd be a great holistic doctor. I could see you.
I'd probably be a surgeon.
Whoa, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you know, I'd probably be a surgeon. No, I kind of went down that path, and then early on, it was when I was in my early 20s, one of my best friends ever sadly passed away from cancer, and it kind of sent me into this spiral where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I even like this? Like, am I just doing this because I'm supposed to do it, or because I can do it? And it really did. It kind of put in me, because I've always been very creative, and have always been very entrepreneurial. Like, since a tiny child, I would do crazy shit. I was like charging people to compose Nokia ringtones, selling them in the playground. Like,
that's so good.
I didn't buy a single Pokemon pack until I had like 250 Pokemon cards myself, because I was just trading up. So that was kind of what was instilled in me. My dad used to take me to car boot sales when I was a kid and like give me £5 and be like,
go to hustle kind of thing.
See what you can do.
That. I literally love that.
Man, that's good.
So that's kind of who I am. But then I moved away from science and from all of that, because I just didn't feel like I wanted to do it. I was like, I just don't feel like this is for me. It's not going to make me happy. So I left that. And then I had studied psychology quite extensively through that, and applied it to marketing and a bunch of other stuff. Psych and I were already together. We've been together for many years. And so he had been working in agencies, like creative agencies, primarily with clients in the States. And so we just kind of worked together on that for years. So we would just do full stack development across everything. Like I said before, like interactive data, gaming, all sorts of things. The cool thing was, at that point, we didn't have any need to advertise or anything like that. We were very much just white label behind the scenes, and it was a very different experience to what we do now. It was quiet and calm, and there was but what we do now obviously is amazing. I also did a lot of community work for many years. So I would work with Indigenous organizations and orgs for women struggling, which really, really picked up over the pandemic, because obviously a lot of people needed a lot of help. But in that and doing that sort of work, it really frustrated me, because all the systems that we were working within were just broken. And the same thing with the work that we were doing with the studio stuff and with everything. It just all felt really stagnant, and I was really starved for innovation and like the next thing. And when Web3 became apparent to me, when Psych kind of explained what was going on with NFTs, it just like blew the lid off my brain. I was just fully all in, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since then.
Yeah.
It's
addicting. Like, and it's the innovate. I agree. I completely agree. Like, I don't think I could ever nearly walk back to another job. Like,
I can't. I could never. I don't understand.
Boring.
I could never.
Imagine doing spreadsheets now for someone walks into your office and goes, "Get this report in by 5." I'll be like, "Fuck that, man! I'm not doing shit."
Absolutely not. It's exciting. What
I'll
we're
do
doing,
my own, but not someone else's.
No matter what, where you touch this industry, whether it's like as an observer or as someone that's copywriting for a brand or anything, it's exciting because you are working towards the future of something that is inevitable. Whether people are like buying your bags or not doesn't really matter at this point, because it is inevitable, this future that we are kind of building. There isn't one in which this technology isn't utilized significantly.
You can't stop it. There's no stopping this.
No. So yeah.
I want to ask Betty, you mentioned just before Granny jumps in, you mentioned you were in talks with a movie a while back. Is there any plans to pivot back to that and do that, or have you scrapped that for now? And
not with that structure and everything else, but there was significant work on our end that had been done, and so obviously that is something that we will do. It's always been in the plan, like media and entertainment and creating IP that people fall in love with. That's what happens. How that looks and how people interact with it might look different to like a traditional release of a movie or a TV show. And I think you'll see that from across different IPs in this space, because we're not in the habit of doing things that have been done.
Yeah.
There's a track record now. I think what's cool is if you're a founder or you're an artist or whatever, and you want to release something now, there is a bit of a blueprint to follow. And shout out to the people that have been out here working really hard and creating that. That's great. So you can kind of see where people are getting success and how things are being fallen in love with. And so yeah, we will be doing that. I'm very excited about that whole thing, but the gaming stuff will come first.
Okay, sick. Okay, so gaming first. That's exciting anyway.
No, I was going to ask literally the same question with the IP. It's just it's probably too important not to try and go down that, like the animation, the movies, the memes, the
not
whatever.
Even I do. So we don't say try in this house. That's not what.
Just do it.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, why should someone buy a Deadfellaz NFT? Just like
Greeny got it.
Just like BFE
bought it, the dirty dog.
Just like myself, who just bought this one.
Bro,
I literally saw it on the floor. I was like, dude.
I can bring up a photo of me when I'm 19 in a club and I'm wearing an Adidas jacket like that. I'm gonna bring it. I'll see if I can find it for people. You'll fucking crack up at me when I'm 19.
You don't even know. So this. You actually have a secret trait. So the cool thing about Deadfellaz is we were also the first ones to have this complex trait layering. So other people had never done that, and I haven't seen it much since, if ever, really. Maybe someone can correct me on that. But basically, every single trait in Deadfellaz has a level of degrade. So you're either fresh, damaged, or rotten, each of the traits. And that combination of them is what sorts your rarity out. So when we launched, there was, what was that website that everyone went to for the rarity? And it was
Trait Sniper. There was so many.
Rarity Sniper.
It's something like that.
There were two main ones, and for the life of me can't remember the name. But you had to pay them an ETH, and they would list your project with the official rarity. But they actually listed ours wrong, because they listed it based on the the algorithm that had been typically used, but we did it completely differently. And that's because I want it to be more gamified. We didn't want it to be like, okay, black hat is rare, and that's it. Like it needed to be more of a treasure hunt, So what we did was all of that different trait combination thing, but then we also put secret traits in. So certain rotten versions of certain traits, a secret trait will show up. So you'll see like a knife face tattoo, or in this case, you've got a zombie bite on the shoulder.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so certain things that show up and they're not listed on the metadata.
Yeah,
true.
You just have to know.
Cool.
So there's like a blood necklace, and like there's a few that come up.
So cool. No, I love that. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of this. This is a very clean one to find on the floor. So unlucky, Craig. Hopefully we can find you one later.
Yeah.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
But people should get into Deadfellaz because it's inevitable. It's iconic. The IP is probably one of the strongest in the space. I am here and not leaving. I will never leave this brand. It is my life. It's my life's work. You know, my husband and I created this, and we have been here building it, and we will not see it fail.
And that's pretty special. It's you two, it's yourself and your husband. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty powerful.
I don't know that exists again in any other projects. Like it hasn't been marred by we don't have anyone else telling us this is where it should be or this is what it should do. Like we are working on this solely focused on our ecosystem of IPs. So we have really nothing else but this is what we do. So it will not fail because I am here doing it. I'm so committed. We have so many products that have been built to kind of prepare us for this next part, which we didn't have before. You know, it was exciting to be part of Deadfellaz in the beginning because it was like, what could this be? But now it's like, well, we have all of these products ready to go so people can fall in love with us and, you know, join us on the journey. And we're iconic. I don't know what else to say.
I agree. No, I think you've answered the question.
Like we've earned our place in this industry and we're here and we're not going anywhere. So if you want to come and hang out and join us on the journey, I would do it sooner rather than later.
Were you guys the first to face the opposite way?
Yeah, we were.
Hectic.
Yeah, so we actually did that. So the positioning of the Deadfellaz actually is reminiscent of, you know, those like 80s prom photos where they're kind of all like the ones that they get in like Walgreens where it's like the glamour shots, like that's what that was. We wanted it to be like a high school yearbook.
That's very funny. Cool. It actually kind of does look like that, the framing, right? Because it's slightly more zoomed, isn't it?
Yeah. So we wanted everything to be very slightly different.
I like the beanies. The orange beanies are cool too. I love an orange beanie. Bucket hats. There's some cool ones. And black backgrounds are pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody loves the charcoal backgrounds. There was like a pretty cult following of the charcoal. I think it's because it pops. Everything pops on it.
It's so good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a charcoal, is it? Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, big fan of the charcoal background. Betty, what's your opinion on NFTs, ordinals, all these sorts of things now? Like it's great to see a different perspective because at the end of the day, we're just traders who are part of the ecosystem. I mean, part of the Pudgy ecosystem now for, I don't even know, like 10 months or something. Where do you think NFTs are going? And where do you think they currently are?
I think that we've misinterpreted 2021 as the start of NFTs. I think that it wasn't. It was just the inception of what was to come. I think we're very much still in the start of NFTs.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a reality in which millions and millions and millions of people around the world are going to want to spend 150K on a PFP. I think that is a niche and will remain a niche. However, the IPs that are attached to these NFTs, I think that having those grow into like ecosystems that people really love, you know, like Pudgy, you'll see people obviously want to collect the inception of those IPs and have verified ownership over that and have rewarded participation in that ecosystem in different aspects of their life. And that is made possible with Cold Link. But it's also made possible by founders like not quitting on creating, not creating value, because I think that's a lame thing to say, but like provenance and reasons to want to engage with the brand, you know, different touch points in different places. Some people are going to want to buy a keyring of it for $5. Some people are going to want to spend 150K because they want the collected, you know, verified part of that ecosystem, and that's inevitable. I do think that NFTs are not going anywhere. I think that they need a rebrand desperately, and people are going to start referring to them as NFTs, whether they're digital collectibles or not. I think gaming is going to be a really, really, really huge thing. I don't think that we're being serious enough about that.
Yeah.
We've had a few like little kind of toe dips, I think, from lots of different people creating really cool things, but it's just been kind of creating an amazing game and then releasing it into an ecosystem where there's like a few hundred players isn't going to start off a reason for people to want to engage with NFTs. I think that doing things like releasing in Roblox and releasing, ecosystems where there's lots and lots and lots of users, where people have a reason to want to collect and own their items. Like, of course, you're gonna like GTA 6. I know we all joke about it, but like, imagine you collecting items and like you own them on chain and you own them. They're not just a game, like you own them. You can be, that's a whole ball game that's completely different to what we've got now, and that is NFTs. So
yeah, that's going to be a game changer. Because my son, like in Roblox and that, these kids are running around collecting these items. That's very hard to trade. Obviously, it's made like that, but once the friction's removed and it's NFTs, it's going to go gangbusters, man. These kids are going to potentially make a lot of money. The ones that are willing to grind.
I think also there's like there's risk in Roblox. People talk about the risk in NFTs. There's risks getting you stuff stolen anywhere.
Yeah. My son had some stuff stolen the other day. Yeah, that's right.
like a Fortnite account, whatever it is, like CS:GO skins. Like this has been going for a long time. So no, I agree.
Yeah, like you get a rare item in Fortnite, it could get stolen from you. So the technology, I do think security and acknowledgement of ownership and history and behavior is going to be a big deal in a secure way. So we're ready to kind of help that be a thing.
Yeah. No, I love that. Craig, any last questions for Betty? We always like to end the show with any questions that you have for us, Betty, so you can start thinking about that. Craig, anything you want to end us with today?
Yeah, I know Betty kind of semi-touched on it. Probably just what Betty's sort of looking most forward to with the project, maybe in the nearer term, next sort of, I don't know if this works in a time frame, next 3, 6. Let me take that time frame away. What are you most excited about in the near future, Betty, for the project?
I think the launch of the new versions of our Fellas and like seeing the animated content start to roll out, because that's going to, I think, allow people to see what I see and see what OGs in our community have seen for many years, and just the things that we're able to ship, like as they start to come out, there's a satisfaction that is I can't even describe, because it's like I can sit here and say, oh, we've been working every day and we've been doing this and we've been doing that, but like unless we release anything, it's all bullshit. And that's the reality. Like, anyone could say anything they want online. To start to release things and be like, this is who we are, this is the amalgamation of what we've done, this is where we're going, that's going to be very satisfying for me, and I'm very excited about that. So it's kind of a bit of like a tying loose ends, clean and sharp, making it all beautiful and packaged and gorgeous to thrive. And that's what's happening over these next couple of months for us, which is just a great feeling, because it's been a lot of work.
Timing wise, you've probably nailed it as far as the attention that NFTs are going to get.
I can't lie, I'm very pleased about the nice little activity that's happening across NFTs right now. It feels good for everyone. I think anyone that's been in this space since 2021, 2022,
I'm so happy.
It's like an old wives' tale, like, oh, back in the bull run. But now you're going to start to hopefully see that energy return. I think it's going to be good for a lot of people. It's like a validation, I guess, of time and energy spent right in this space, whether you're an observer or a builder or what.
Totally agree. I must admit, yesterday for me, watching NFTs pop off has been probably the most fun / energetic / everyone on the timeline having a really good time. It's, for me, much more impressive than meme coin hysteria. NFTs are just
100%.
I'm not going to shit on
meme hysteria
though either, because I felt like, even I know lots of people, you lose money, me included. I'm not good at meme coins. Only a tiny little bit, but it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. Even though it's terrible, it's toxic, but it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's a necessary evil, but I think NFTs. I think that must just be the collector in me, because I was like you. I was like flipping cards when I was in primary school, and that like X-Men cards, and I was collecting Star Wars and flipping all those things. So I think NFTs for me is just a little bit different, or just I think it makes me feel like a kid again.
It's nostalgia. It really is nostalgia. Like, however, I can apply that emotional connection to a meme coin for real. Like I can like, oh, I'm attached to it.
Like Pepe
also,
for me.
we can't paint all of them with the same brush, because I do think there's ones that are like epic. Like I feel like what Rect is doing with their ecosystem is so fucking impressive.
Yeah,
I am such a big fan of what they're doing, and
100%.
what they're trying. They really did be like, we're just gonna fucking try and do this. We're gonna experiment. It's not been done. We're gonna try do it.
agree.
And they're doing it.
And they're actually doing it, which is the impressive
part. It's amazing. Attached to a high quality product. And I've seen people talk about it like, yeah, well, you're just selling lots of drinks to holders because they want the points. Yes, but it's proven sales in an ecosystem, whether they're buying them for whatever reason or not. It doesn't matter. The statistics speak for themselves.
People collect McDonald's toys. I knew it when I was a kid. I went around to my friend's house, and his mum was a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah.
There was just Happy Meal toys all over the house, like thousands of them, because this lady was collecting them. People will
collect what they want to collect, and if people are buying those drinks because they want to collect them for points they get on an online ecosystem, regardless of whether you think that's okay or not, it's a statistic that can prove, desire and need and demand and movement, so that they can sell their drinks in 7-Eleven and God knows where else, which is what's happening. So
it's the future. It's the future.
That's exactly. Yeah. You're not going to enjoy what the future looks like in every situation. And for me, it's like, okay, because a lot of people even, they footed Pudgy for being in Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not for you, that's okay.
Yeah.
But if it works for someone, it works for someone. And not everything is going to look the same.
Yeah, I think, people have such a linear view. And that's why, like, the people that win in our space are the people that don't have a linear view and think outside the box. Exactly.
And you know what? If you have a founder that's thinking differently and doing things differently to everyone else, follow them religiously. I'm such a big fan of all of the different founders that are doing things so differently. They have a different identity and a different viewpoint on things. They're bringing different context and life experiences and God knows what else into what they're building, and it's going to be a slightly different pathway each time. I made a founders chat recently, and it's been
I saw that. Yeah, how'd that go?
Oh, it's been awesome, honestly. I'm gonna make it into like a newsletter, I think, as well, because it's just like there's so much. It does drown out the noise, and I think that was kind of what was missing a little bit for us in that first 21, 22. People weren't talking enough, so it's just really meant for chatting, really. But yeah, it's great.
That's so good. That's so good. All right, well, Betty, any questions that you have for us at the end of the show today? And as always, thank you so much for jumping on as well.
What was your first NFT?
Oh, that's actually such a good question.
Do you remember?
Craig might be better at this.
It might have been a crypto cannabis club NFT, if you remember those. Yeah, Crypto Cannabis Club. They were they? No, they weren't Aussies. Yeah, can you bring them up, Greenie? Can you? Actually, I can.
Do you remember? Oh God, there were so many. Do you remember Space Poggers? I loved the art on that one.
Space Poggers.
Space Poggers. I think it was Space.
I remember the name.
It was cute. They were so cute.
Wasn't by Alien Queen? She did some poggers.
Oh, was I? I love Alien Queen.
Yeah, same. I was looking at some. So I think it was a Crypto Cannabis Club, and what really kills me, I think ETH was at about 4,000, and I spent 1 ETH on a rare.
Oh my God!
Fuck. And the owners just slowly rugged that project. Fortunately,
I've had the ones where I've bought the most, like 20, 30, 50, are the ones where it either immediately rugged or like.
And you're like, oh man, that's like 7 Aussie grand. What the fuck was I thinking? But yeah,
I bought a moonbird at the top, guys.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Sheesh. Yeah. Well, hey Betty, they're coming back.
Yeah.
Great. I'm
not 1.5 each. Like,
yeah.
I actually don't know what mine was. Like, that's how long ago it was, and I can't track those wallets.
Probably was a
apart from your Pudgy, which obviously you use. What's your favorite NFT?
Oh.
It's your new Deadfellaz, isn't it?
Dude,
Yeah. That's the answer.
I've always been a big fan of the Deadfellaz. I don't really own a lot of NFTs. I'm too much of a trader, which a lot of people will disagree.
He doesn't fall in love, Betty. He doesn't.
I don't fall in love.
You're hard.
Even my Pudgy, there's probably a price I have to sell it. Like if it gets to 100 grand US, like that's a stupid amount of money. We're trying to buy a house maybe one day. Like it's like I need to take profit on a trade like that. Like I have to.
Well, listen, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's okay. We're different people because I can't. I'm horrific at it. I could learn a few lessons from you. I think I need to.
It takes
a bit more stoic with things. I can't.
Enough heartbreak.
No, like it's so true though. Like I've actually executed this cycle. This is my third cycle, and so we traded ordinals a year ago. I sold like the BTC puppets and stuff into the pump. I sold a Mad Lad at the top. I have executed, which is nice because a lot of people don't. But yeah, it's hard. I would love to hold my Pudgy for a long time, but if it gets to some unreasonable level, I have to sell that. I've always been a fan of Doodles, always been a fan of Deadfellaz art. I've always been a fan of Squiggles, which actually pumped the past few days as well in terms of art. Yeah, I don't know. I've actually, the Doggo is probably the most iconic greenie PFP. That one was the Hot Flame Doggo. That one's.
If you sell your Pudgy greenie, what will you go to? What are you going to fall back to?
This beautiful face, Craig. This beautiful face, man.
Yeah, I know.
No, well, maybe the Deadfellaz. I don't know, like because it would probably be something that I would own. I'd rather I don't know, Betty. Actually, this is a good question for you, Betty. Yeah. What do you think about PFPs and the battle of a NFT or a my face as a PFP?
What do you mean? Like what's
on Twitter?
Well, I prefer a PFP any day, honestly.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I just think it's the thing. I don't know. Like digital identity, I think the fact that you can own your digital identity and choose how you show up in spaces and have this like personal branding and I think that's a nice, powerful thing in a world where your data and your face and everything else is like commodified and owned. And I think it's really a cool concept, and it's something that I've been a big fan of since I kind of saw it start to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You won't see me changing my profile picture anytime soon. I don't care.
Yeah, no, well, and then we had Easy on the show a couple of weeks ago too, and it's the same as his Badoggo that they created. It's been iconic ever since he had it. So it's that's kind of I would love to create maybe a PFP variant of maybe me or something, because obviously I know Bold is quite viral with the amount of PFPs. Like Zen obviously has one and co. So maybe that could be a route I go down, but I don't know.
Maybe
those are cool, by the way. I'm pretty jealous of those.
Yeah, my wife could create something. I don't know. I'll have a think. But that's Craig. That's if I'm selling the Pudgy, mate. That's only if they get up to maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. What's the price? Do you have a price?
I do. 100K. I'm fucking out of there. Yeah, I'm out of there. I said to my wife, we're getting a new kitchen, and so she'll fucking kill me if I don't sell. If I'm up enough to buy a new kitchen, I've got to get the new kitchen.
So they got to 30 ETH when ETH was what, 4K or less?
What, the Deadfellaz?
No. Pudgy.
Okay.
Yeah. So ETH was 4K. They got to 30. So they were worth $120,000. I'd probably consider around that again.
All right. Well, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully Mrs. Greenie's tuning in and listening to these things he's saying. These foolish things.
Tyler in the chat, bro, he said, sorry, I got to read. I love chat comments. It's so ridiculous. Just don't paper hand your meme coins for a 2x. Bro, 2x is profit, homie. Okay, I would gladly take 100 2x's than try and round trip a bag to 100x, bro. Rethink your thinking.
That's smart.
Yeah. Betty, thank you so much for your time. Very much appreciated. Awesome to get insight into what you're building, what you have built, and what's coming in the future. I'm stoked that I am now part of the ecosystem. I needed to jump in the Discord. I'll sort that out later today. But yeah, thank you so much for joining Craig and I today.
Thank you for having me. It's been really great to chat. I love the Aussie NFT, Aussie Web3 community. I hope that we come together more,
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for jumping on, Betty, and thanks for everyone tuning in today. We had a lot of messages in the chat, Betty, saying you're things like you're a effing legend, Betty's the best, stuff like that. So, from our perspective, yeah, great to have you on. Thanks for coming on, and obviously the communities love you coming on and chatting NFTs, which is super cool. I'm excited. We're back.
Yeah.
I hope Deadfellaz kick ass. I will grab one later today. I'm gonna have to now go and bloody find one I like. Is pretty strong. The perfect one for me. I will find that picture when I'm 19 wearing that jacket. You guys are going to lose your shit. Funny. I look like Gollum. But I will find it. But yeah, shout out Deadfellaz. And I'm excited to see, Betty, where you take this. I like seeing creators create. It's the best. I like seeing you guys get weird and do weird shit that I won't think of because I'm retarded. So I'm excited to see where you take this. It's super cool.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Granny,
Betty.
you go and get some rest, brother. You gotta
mate,
put ears in your eyes, man.
I was literally about to say, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, guys. I'll have to see. Craig obviously will join Eli tomorrow, and that show went epic last week, guys. So we'll see how it goes.
Maybe you sleep, brother. But if you're good, you're good. We'd love to have you there. But let's go make some money. Let's go trade some NFTs and go buy Deadfellaz, guys. They're fucking sick.
Yeah. Thanks, Betty. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Craig. Everyone, have a lovely, what day are we? Tuesday? Have a lovely Tuesday, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Craig will be here, but if not, I'll see you when I am feeling better. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.